welcome to the next instructional video following on from the palm block martial arts and self-defense training drills. So in today's video we're looking at the upwards rising palm deflecting block for both martial art purposes and self-defense purposes. So we're just going to recap over the pole line structure and central axis of rotation principle, just so you understand the main concepts behind this drill. Yeah? Okay, so if you take, for example, a pole going down through your head, down through your neck, down through your spine, down through your upper body, your middle body, your lower body, down through your groin, down towards the floor, that here is the central axis of rotation. The central axis of rotation. So the body always moves off the central axis of rotation, whether you're going from left to the center, to the right, to the center, forwards, back to the center, backwards, and then forwards into the center, or diagonally out to one side, back to the center, diagonally out to the opposite side, back to the center, or diagonally to the rear side, diagonally back into the center, or diagonally to the rear side of the opposite side, and diagonally back into the center. Yeah? So this here is the central axis of rotation, and this is where the body always moves from, whether you're going to different angles, backwards or forwards, and so on. Yeah. So with the upwards rising palm block, you're blocking with the palms of the hands, not the wrist or forearm, not the wrist or forearm, the palms of the hands. So we're just going to break down the technique so you understand the main technical elements to it. Yeah. So the fist or palm starts on the opposite shoulder here. Yeah. The elbow faces as high as you can. The palm comes in towards the central axis of rotation and then past the central axis of rotation as you deflect the oncoming attack. You retract back in and you're back into your stance. Exactly the same thing on the opposite side. The palm or fist comes to the opposite shoulder. The elbow faces as high as you can. You come in towards the central axis of rotation and then deflect past the central axis of rotation away from the body and then back into your stance. So the thing you need to understand about doing this technique is that you're not just standing upright and doing this like so. Yeah, you need to move your body from one side to the opposite side. So again, it's evasive, eclectic body movement. Yeah, and also you want to tilt your body backwards slightly and to diagonally to the side. Yeah, backwards and diagonally to the side. So from this position here, as the attack comes through, I'm deflecting, moving my body diagonally to one side and slightly back. And exactly the same from the opposite side. The oncoming attack comes to the opposite side. I deflect and I tilt my body diagonally back and then come back onto the center line structure. Yeah? So it's always deflect onto the side line structure, deflect onto the center line structure. So if we take the concept of a bottle attack, presuming a bottle is not broken and it's coming directly down on towards your head on one side, and then again on the opposite side the bottle comes directly down on towards your head. Yeah. So with this particular attack, we're deflecting not the bottle, you're deflecting the wrist of the attacker. Yeah, wrist of the attacker to knock or not let the bottle hit your head as you move your head and body away from that oncoming attack. So as the bottle comes in on one side, the elbow faces high, the palm comes to the opposite side, I deflect across the wrist of the bottle and move my head and body away and I retract back in. And the same thing on the opposite side, the bottle comes towards my head, elbow faces the target as high as you can, you deflect the wrist of the attacker's hand, get the bottle away from your head and then back into your stance. That's just the basic principle behind this, yeah? And obviously, you will generate attacks coming off each of those deflective palm blocks. So for example, you can do a deflective palm block, which I will reverse punch right hand the fist towards the head and move aggressively forwards in towards the attacker to destroy their center of gravity and put them on a defensive position. Exactly the same for the opposite side. You might do a deflective palm block and then a front snap kick and then a downwards elbow in towards the head. There's loads of different techniques you can use off this. Yeah? The main principle you understand is it's reactive in towards the attacker. Reactive in towards the attacker. The other thing you can do is practice these upwards rising blocks to different angles of attack. Yeah. So rather than doing it to directly up into this position, it might come to this position here, slightly outwards slightly, or it might come slightly outwards slightly to this position here. or you might do it on a retreat. You use your peripheral vision, you look behind, you see a bottle attack coming towards your head, you would step out and then do the upwards rising palm block to one side of the body, and the same thing the opposite side, a bottle attack coming towards your head, you look, you see the attack coming, you take a step forwards, you look, and then deflect upwards across. So the trick is to practice these upwards palm blocks to different angles of direction depending on how the attack is coming to you and how that person is orientated to you. Yeah? Okay, so that there is how to do upwards rising palm blocks. So just to conclude with this video, these upwards rising palm blocks come from traditional Korean Oriental katas, yeah, from a traditional martial arts perspective. But if you know how to use them, or if you already train in palm blocks, you can use them eclectically for eclectic body movement and eclectic training methods to be able to defend yourself, protect yourself, and then use preemptive physical skills off these upwards palm blocks and so on, yeah? Okay, so that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching this video. There will be some further instructional videos coming soon on other elements of palm blocks and so on. So stay in touch, stay in tune, and please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, do all those kinds of things, and thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Thank you.